So just as usual, we should begin with first just relaxing our body.
Kondi shape sangara says Zombala, Kondi shape without Kokachi, 10 days at the son Tedu was it, Tamada, little hella the den, Selta, Karkogan, the tongue, and says Zombosala, Kondi shape without teachers and Amadu, understanding Kokazombos, and son tongue. And just to think that we are here to teach our mind kind of a positive habit or a way of thinkings, and so it's good to we have to consider this the time that we are here. So it's an opportunity for us to training our mind, and through training to building or to habituating our mind towards a positive way of thinking. Sega sono tosho se kondi de se zombola kondi shi tol ba chi sono tom se zomba nge de sha chi le je no manda wa chi so zombo chi den den wa.
We will find that the having cultivated some sort of positive state of mind within us, and also having this ability to cultivate this positive state of mind within us, and then we will find that whenever we find some like physically, or we find some sort of moment for peace and for and the relaxations, then we will be able to that moment will give us more like a holistic or the more total sense of peace and happiness, because of the having a very positive state of mind at the same time.
That's something. That garden saying, I don't come out, you took yard. Lilla, the Sag son to show, son to teeth, and tongue under the cheese, Sag, you does and you don't know, check you are. Lilla, then I know, Sag son to your kids and Hella. Jay, got out, Sag it. So I have you get it, learn. I'll tell Lilla then. That said, son to you, Coca, I was rocket. Son to you, Coca, there, Carrig, son to us, and Genede, so the new Russian, the league about son to said by Jane Trinity. Gene, Jane would ask son 10 to know, Yapon de Wamado. Says son to you, Zumbo Tigger, and the sailor, Lobas and Setting, son to them, and the new Mova Jaggy. Genede. Yate Chejus and Amadu, Jeju, Mayamadu, Seji, Sam Marachi, son to teachers and Mother Nuramu, Jagandua. That Tommy tragic Kangal Chaniwa. Cockeye, Jay and a film, the Ong and the how'd you get a show in a film with the Wang? Says on the Kinu Dash and Hinji, the other on the main tongue of the Wang. How you get a job at any part, then one wrong, go, get a move to the second door. Then the guardian, say, Maria, chief, what you that hedge. 나 갱고ren 다 파시 자디 레거 데네 디뉴다 점마쳐봐 용어도와 더 가르쳐지는 세디제 세 야보 콜 건네 맞아 세 마르야 찌 지신로네 근데 샤들 진주 그래 샤데 디뉴다 무무저게 지디 아선은 들리도나 맞아 야보도가 고자 드는 처럼 얘네 드는 리그야 레레라된 손도주 좀 매나 다 손은다 몰라진 건 디만데 진 코니스니 저러서 제가랑 얘네들 리프레시 코 용도 있으니 제가 뭐뭐 레데 제선 아 텔레 사를 샬마 대거를 통로도 산 통로 아버지 않으면 되세네 다 말들 나거든 야 네, 네제 손도 체매로서 제가 손도 마체세래 다대 덴버렌드스 진짜 세고 할때 세고 당 걔도 싫은 도와야 말이다 손은 진짜 도랑에 야분 좋아해
So it is the in realities, and also if we check our own experience, then the what we call as the a true sense of peace and happiness. So it's really it's pending on the more on the something on our mind, whether or not our mind is at peace or at the right state, in a state of being. So like this is to say, like even if how physically we may be we may find out something very quiet and a very peaceful time, and however, if our mind is not calm, then we can be as a person, we find ourselves overly busy and very, we may get even very find ourselves very stressful at times, very stressful, and get very anxious. And so in this regard, as far as this, what our mind can, when our mind is not calm, mind is not brought under control, what kind of problem the suffering that actually our mind can give to us. So that is something, it's a universal in a sense. It is something common to common experience to all the beings, every walks of the life. Is not whether you there's no exception that if somebody you say some very rich, it doesn't mean that that they, if they even they don't control the mind, they are exempt from these problems. So it can, whether you are rich or the poor, or you are whether you are in a social status is high or low, or you are very famous or not famous. So whatever it is, how, no matter who the person is, so the thing is that whatever we have surround ourselves in our life, how if our mind is not under control, not at peace, and then how this our mind can really can even drive us really insane, and how there are some people who saying that they are suffering depressions, and even come to ask me, and then I said maybe one of the cause maybe you're thinking too much, there's too much activity, mental activities, and they that some person can understand that. So how initially when it can trigger, when we have our mind is overactive, then it can trigger various such kind of mental disorder, such stress and depressions. And then how even people tell me that how when they are under that kind of experience in mentally, then how they how that has an impact on their perceptions of the things, things and event, even all looks very, if in a depression, it gives a different impressions of the world, which also may look very, very depressions, so depressing. So therefore, this there is no caution that how if we do not do something or do not understand our mind and then trying to not keeping some eye on the mind and how our mind can bring so much trouble, so much creates so much unnecessary problems. So such as how even we hear in this social media, sometimes even some people who are very well known and very famous people and who are at a very late age now, almost like they are not far to not much time to live left to live, and still there's a lot of rumors and problems that surrounding their life, and they have to cope with these kind of problems. Now again, if we look into the causes of that, so something to do with the initially all resulted, or in some way, if they are responsible for that, so, then it will be the we can trace the cause back to their the lack of control of their own mind, and so in this way we can we can see how the potentials of how if we have achieve some state of understanding as well as the ability to gain control our mind, then through this how we can make the best use of our time. And if we have something externally, if we haven't got any work, anything to do, then we can be really can be ensure, we can be really be sure that then we can enjoy, we can find the peace and some sort of happiness. So therefore, at the same time, we can also say that the best moment to understand, to work on one's mind is also a time like this, when we have some find ourselves some sort of very peaceful environment and physically relaxed, and this is kind of time which is very good to reflect upon one's mind and understanding the what is going on in the mind.
That thing is Kara Sagres and Ramada. So says that how should Chumbo Nipa Chumbo Shibo youngest readers. Ra Nipa Chumbo yet. Say Corolla is Zungena Ni yet and get it. Another how go you are. Say Coro Nipa yet. Nipa yet, now say Coro with Nipa like Zungena Ni yet and get it. Today then said Gaza. Then say Nipa thing is also say congelation. Conde Garage said the shoe China dish. The Conde did only wrong made with the Shah and Jubachi Yungu. Not some dead. This time in Carla says Zumbola Conde Shetona says Zumbo Conde she bigger that saying Nipa Zumbo the cutting in a shoe laying one. That thing on the shoe paying one. There's a says on Bolo Condi shares on saying till you that chungu. Saying till you that Kazichua, that was you, says the boy young. Saying till that, saying you that Majan, Shalom you that somebody unite, take Kai sell Negum, Negumdua. Mania mother says Zumba Yanke, Kuza, then Shalom Sella, you done Yungundua. Then other some tone. Hato, Rato tries it, and that is the mother says Zumba, Manyoma, called Conti Shabada, and the Nongi, Rato try, get Chalachi, and that is the not that's all where it is. Nothing is on Tony. That's some there at Agos either. Is that a Goja, Dengela, Goja, Rongi says Zumbola, Condila Tedda. Says Zumbola, Kaiser, Conditu, Kishu the leg. 세 마리가 춘춘춘춘로 대매장 가도 집변아 내자랄지 건바 시험보 취선 다 땡할 오메 제 달라이 봐 대 오메 제거를 내자 취 체를 내거를 대 고자 오메 제 내거를 고자 대지 싫어 좀 많이 연로야 싫어 좀 간데도 녀근데 선도나 샤와 텔라 때네라 라 레버 텔라 소소텔지 아 가자 소텔은 문제 배운 레버 영화도 만동하러 대인데 드스 예타 게타 바리자 소소 싫어 배지제 개 전부 싫어래 샤한테 딘 레버 간데 내가 가자 풀다는 간데 드레빙에서 이마다 드레레자 다산도이나 세즈모에는 싫어 많이 알아 셔버진 백 고명이 대체 당한도들아 네 아버지 와 다산 대돈도 되세요 나도 말는데 맞진 봤어야 너무 돼야
we can notice that the mind, our mind as an entity, so it possesses a great deal of energy or the potentials, like capacities, and and then the if we see and this potential, this capacity can be, or these forces, within the mind can be two types, and it can be something positive and something negative. So therefore the when we talk of this meditation practice, then it is the aim is to really to enhance or to increase the positive force, positive force within our mind, and then how we do this is to train our mind to, like we were always saying, the meditation literally means to familiarize our mind, or to habituate our mind, and so in order to develop this positive force within our mind, so we need to train our mind to the to positive state of mind, such as such as loving kindness, for instance. So therefore we can notice that the question of whether how what force that determines whether we our mind kind of whether we find difficult or the less difficult in terms of cultivating a certain way of thinking, certain thought, then it is the matter of, or it is depend upon the how we are familiar with that particular way of thinking. So therefore we have to say, if the overall, if within us, if we have our mind is more habituated towards the positive way of thinking, mental attitude, and which means also the force, the lying in the mind is more, the positive is more stronger. So then this means that then our mind we will find that we will experience a less suffering, or the problems which is really related to our mind, which is all mental, like projections, mental creations. So we can say that. Whereas on the other hand, if if we are not, if we are more used towards this, our mind is more used towards a very negative way of thinking, and then the outcome, then we will find that we would experience as a result of that and more the problems or difficulty which is more related to our own mind. And so therefore from this point of view, when we consider the benefit of through meditation practice and then cultivating a very positive way of thinking, such as loving kindness, and then we can really understand or recognize the preciousness or the value of such positive state of mind, cultivating such positive state of mind within us in terms of the securing more peace and happiness in our life. So I quite often say that this kind of qualities, quality within our mind in the form of such a positive mental attitude like loving kindness. So it is like a really, if it's some sort of like a possession, something of like a thing, then it's really, its value is really like a is immeasurable. So therefore there's a lot to if we look into our mind or understand our mind, then we can see how there's a lot of by just working on our mind and how we can overcome a lot of different types of suffering, such as how sometimes the cause of our misery and the problem could be sometimes when we have a lot of when we have an obsessive like a attachment or a desires to a certain for certain objects, then we say that can be also like a form of mental delusions or afflictive emotions, in the sense that it kind of obscures one's the mind, and also it will be like obscuring one's intelligence or the wisdom, and that is why, and therefore how with the blinded by this kind of such an obsessive desire, then then a person we cannot even really make a clear judgment in terms of the what is beneficial for us in long run, and so we cannot really discern, ability to discern the things clearly, not knowing what is really harmful or beneficial for one's in immediate or in long runs. So can do like that. One, just for one example, how if we have such obsessive desire, and if we do not overcome that, how that can be a great the disadvantage for oneself.
That's on the test. In a these are Carson to the Roger. There says, Volum at the son to say, she then will name. Tell us on Mato at there, son of Jing, Lloyd the child, sell me there, shall lay there. Not Taba, tell Chura Zazachi, tell Zazachi. You only call Coraja. You only call Coraja. So no tojo the jam hajoma, then jato young is 10 remedy. Tell Chara in Mr. Santo. Is that a go jashi, Nethertin, Tig and Nether the Umarwa. Then you done the Umarwa, Lotishon Ro Marwa. Tishon Roa till sit doni, or lo seeing what's in there, but the Goja in Nibare. 이거 다 다시 더 소소려 대지로서 시위야 더 인면 손도 가지 응에서 마 대가는 손도지 잡아리 컴코니 지 시버지 정들 나 가면들 내가는 다 가는 가면들 나 내서 뭐래 되는데 당아 뭐 되는데 얘네들 진짜 그러지 내가 서 집어 대라 손도 돈이 네 매주도 되는데 얘네들 단지 생각하려 거 집어 대는 매주도 돼
술단지
단지 제 준비돼 다들 단지 준비라 제대로 좀 야 맞아 물고 살아를 되는 나 로바지야 제 부모지다 제 내서 rum지 되어 난 거거로게 되는 거 대신다 거 하는 게 아들 근데 부모도 거는 건데 제 선은 뭐야 그래서 얘는 내가 맞아서 저가 뒤빠제 저는 된대와 얘는 맞아서 손 돈은 미치도 쇼게 뭐는데와现在没去学，我现在没去学，点开这太热么的，人没去学的人的。那俺这俺那太多，真的上了呀，俺那没得，那我没有大家点的那些的。老人人都没现在继续下来，别他们是那个干到那边，那没把点的人的。세금 저도 마시 지체나 셀 대본 용 말에 세다 하죠 먼저 내내 먼저 파발 다 줘야지 명마들이 아 예선 되는 게 나가래 다 세선 벌고 아 고자지 소소 라지 가르 저거 예전 세선 뭐지 안저를 되는 셀 녀다 뉴건 뉴스 셀 녀다 되지 녀는 세선 뭐 연결돼 실내 녀다 뉴건 뉴스 실내 녀다 대응 대제 내가 뭐 뉴스에 되는 아도 니빠된 때지 제가 아도 끝나야 돼. 얘나 신유다 노생유다 그냥 간 되게 되는 뭐데 야수 뭐데와 용은데와 각견되어 상부들 신유다 정문하지 레다 이제 뭐데 저버질래 다 노게 색 되들 내비지 자거든 강연에 상부들 얘는 다지 너네 소소인도이 전화지 땐데래 와서도 다 니들이 제가 다 저러서 고자 되는 렌데스 세존벌로 건지 가지 제가 저저 너무 쉬쉬 건용 되거든 대여와 저저 되니 요다 생게 세대 니바 추추로 그래 다 될라서 하는데 저러 대선에 보도 그래 다 담냐
So so sometimes the people could or we can undergo certain difficulties or hardships, and then the main cause of that could be just one being not able to overcome a certain thought. So in a way, the cause can be just one single thought, single or emotions, thought or emotions, which which you cannot, we find it difficult to cope, and which always kind of the dominance, always predominance in your within yourself, no matter what you do. And because it's whenever it is there, as long as it's there, you cannot enjoy yourself, enjoy the life, and you cannot find peace, and you find very something very troubling, something very disturbed. So therefore how even there are some people then and then they have that, but not recognizing that thought, and then they will continuously suffer, because it's because the reason, because there was simply going revolve around that same thought all the time rather than doing some things. So in that kind of situation, we can see that the solutions, the remedy is really the meditation practice. Because in meditation, with the meditation practice, so where we, which is like a really like a effective means and to which will offer us to to direct our mental attention, or our thought towards a given objects, for instance. And so therefore how if we when we engage in meditation practice, if such person, person who has such troubled thought or emotion, so when the person engage in meditation, then would be in a way then the mind is diverted or disengaged from the previous thought, and so therefore there is it gives some sort of freedom, some sort of moment for that person to be away from that troubling thought. So therefore how we can also see, you can also observe, and even I do observe that how sometimes you see people, not most of the time, not not necessarily because of some good things happenings, but because of certain sad things, people even they are by themselves alone, they start to cry, tears coming from their eyes, and so when you look at that, it's to do with certain thought. So this also happened even in monasteries, as among Tamdi, who once it happened, he was also shedding tears for no reasons. And also there was one instance where a monk had is hosting his sister, a girl, and at one time, and he found him crying. And then he went and asked his teacher, why she's crying. So therefore, we have to think of how even this the great Kadamba masters saying that if until or unless we understand the mind, or where it is going, and where it should be going, where it should not be going, then no matter what we do, we cannot find the true peace, a lasting peace and happiness. So in this way, when we think on this line, and then we can really see that all this spiritual advice on our mind, about the effect of our mind, is we will find that as if it's like these advice are like a really like an arrow, striking into our heart. Is that relevant and that practicals, to our life. So therefore we should also think how generally speaking, I mean in the life, of course there's no way we could prevent all the difficulties, so rather it seems a lot of difficulties hardships are inevitables, and so therefore imagine that how if we lack this an ability to understand our mind, so that means we are prone to a lot of problems which are all created outcome of our own this unruly mind. Then at the same time we have to face this great challenge of these problems in the outside world, and so therefore sometimes we can understand, we can say how when people go through this, on top of this, all the hardship and the difficulty or the stressful life that they go through, then at the same time they also internally and they lack any knowledge, and so therefore they also have to subject to a lot of the problems which are created by their mind. And then we can also really see that truly understand and feel that these people are really the helplessness. We can see, we really can feel the empathy for those peoples. And so in this way, however, on the other hand, if we have this able to gain a bit of insight into our mind, and have also through meditation practice, and have a bit of make some progress in controlling and in transforming transforming our mind as the way we want it, then there is a possibility, there's a great potential that not only this practice, knowledge, meditation experience, and knowledge can help us to overcome the kind of problems related to our mind, but as well as through that knowledge we can also be a bit more have a more energy, more courage, and ability to cope with the external problem, and even to reduce the external problems.
So Nuda said they couldn't let Sasson Yell Mudia change with you, some dead. Never chiming in the ditches. Ra, you know, calling Nuda said, and Sasson said, how long that never was a test, Sam Montreal dead, you know? Ah, you woman, you are. Son Tietona, Tendiza, Rig, son to some son help better you are there. Then is that that's on Teto, on the Gote Jan of the Ading in it, and that Nanga, son to say, Nanga yet. You know, yet is on honey, that's a red tongue, on the Gote Jan of the other.
So even if there's we face a situations where someone is really trying to annoy us or trying to provoke us, and in that situation, how if we lose our like a temper and get angry at that person's, then we can naturally then we can see that we lose all our peace, mental peace, and happiness. and however, if in that situation, if we are able to control ourselves, our emotion and our thought, and then be able to, if we able to remain calm and not affected by that, and then in fact then we that situation that cannot bring or cannot be a cause for one to lose one's peace and one's happiness. So at least we can see that theoretically we can see that it is in one's hand, even in that kind of very adverse and unfavorable situation. If you want to be at peace or not, it is in your hand, which is we can see that it is depending on one's own the mental state of mind, how you react or perceive that situation. So we now
in that on the cell logic thing to live, say logic about that. Mamma says I never mud to the kindergarten. Jama mud to logic theatre and Terratin. So I you think Terratin is Shamba, you think the knee, that logic to me. She logic said, so much what is then that is my yara, the imagine in it, Gossi, Shava, Yara, Chidi, sing you are. Yet not yet. 소소 거세 셰바 야라 좀어서 소소 내내 치송 받질 튕근이와 아 대처로 손에 앞도 난 하고 되잖아
so we can also call this all about the what we are discussing is also about is like a educating ourselves about our own mind, and we can see how by educating our mind, how we can and applying that knowledge into practice, then how we can change our mental attitudes. For example, even to we can change from our attitude to a same persons, which maybe previously or beforehand you might be holding that a person with the hatred or anger, and then through your knowledge and through application of this knowledge, then you can change this towards the same person. You can your attitude can be towards the person can be something loving and caring and compassion. So
괜찮겠는 로 걸어 로 파진 자진 로그를 뭐만 당겠는 아니 야네 태 모자 태니 자 당긴 거라만 모제 걸어라 제와래 이제만 아니 뭐만 와 대거를 아 주고 싶으시 차서는 괜찮대 로 다숑 유다쟁에 단연 제세디 유다쟁 로 다숑 유사들 니 단제세디 로 다숑이 오늘 와서 되게 야봉 와서 또
so you can see just with the shift of our mental attitudes or our mental outlooks, we our view of the other people to will change from seeing them from the enemy to friend and friend to to enemies. So in relation with this, so if I share my own a little bit about my own life in early times. So so in the situation where I had a friend, another monk who was from the same monastery and also from the same part of the house, but we were we fought a lot together, and there was and also very the violence also took place where we had caused scars on our head towards each other, but however at the end, and we become the one of the closest friend to each others. So this something when I looking back in my life, how this is kind of astonishing that how this your thought, your attitude can change when you think of how even somebody, you could have somebody who you really hate so much that you can and then later on the same person becoming so close friend. So that was only one. So I had many stories to tell, with the more to do with the how the those people related to my life were other people who used to be my enemies, but then later on becoming friend, and also but then at the same time who were a stranger and then becoming friend. But however, I don't have many who were changed from my who were in my relative or friend and then turning into my enemy. I don't have that. No. No. Okay. So we'll now do a bit of the usual breathing meditation.
Yeah, it's hardly very about that. Said, Shirayel to buy the Jumachi, and Shiratan, no name on the said the Shirala Fatum Kajitala, no, the Madaji King said, and that and this, the nigger down, no, say, Yamono on the Russia, Rotel, said the judges said never, no, never think with us, or in you, Horasir, Yadason Matata, I shall come and then read that Shirata.
So just should begin with just with a relaxed state of body, and then trying to get rid of all the outgoing thought. We could think of, we may have a kind of thought which always never stays inside, but a state of mind, but always going out. And then not only that, it kind of goes out and then always comes back with a lot of problems or the garbage inside. So you trying to under recognizing this thought, that what kind of problem it brings to one, and so therefore it's important after relaxing the body. So it's also important to fully rest the mind inward, by overcoming or getting rid of all these outgoing thoughts. And then just having done that, then we directly focus on the having brought the mind fully inward. Then you direct the mind on the inhaling and exhaling. So we have just a bit of room for question and answer. So please raise your hand if you have a question. Yes, please.
Regarding what you were saying before, with the difference of opinion, how is that? I know debating is part of the monastic community. How is that something you've dealt with in your life, and has it ever changed?
So can you repeat that after again?
So if there's a difference of opinion within the monastic.
Yeah, one. Difference between?
If there's a difference of opinion within the monastic community,
yep.
I know debating is part of that. Let's say, for example, outside of the monastery, how would that be resolved? Yeah. In the inside the monastery and outside. Yeah. On a specific issue or topic, or in general? Just in general.
그런 게 그티가 되시니 먼저 더 공부에 나라 다 슝에게 다 잡아다니 여러게 거기다 미세디다 공부나로 쉬고라 슝에다 다디 공부나 망에 다지 남주 지소나 담미 규맥이 지소여라 딘당로 간속에 삼로 당조 당 공부나 이거 삼로 당조라 제 개발하지 가려요 나서 지당마도 그다 뒤지게는
제와도랑 제와야지. 대용을 하지. 좀 뭐도 자반이 바라들 손도저 제가시라 용거리지.
There will be a great difference, huge difference between the people, like living in a monastery, what their view of life, and the other people who are not living, who are living in the just in the lay communities. Yeah, difference will be definitely there will be a lot of differences.
Yeah, God said right. Gavan Travis son to take a shanso lava to Nicky Jamadare. God said, Shato Momo son to show. Take under Mando Bache. Son to take under Mando Bacheni. That take corn the tell. Shaviga, Travane son to the lay. Till Marcel Mando Asena. There's Jagger on Matella. Dunga sa da the nigger no bas mantoni che ta tele chi tabi son to chi den te ta o sensation ya da dunga da tel te che bon pa yu san su na chi ngwa de
So
the car chana ha shoto momo on the no nyamo on the said the shilo jojo ton ne nga sha te che wa 다 대체가 아주 노 내가 깔리콩이야. 얘는 gemba em바치려 되는데 셀세 놀 시드네지. 다시네 거서 드니치 제거를 신념모 노이드 파션을 노시야도 만다와 대하지 다 용어 드니 다다 뭐야 다 선되네. 내가 지신 대래 뭐 시도 다다 뭐 용어로 같이 제와도. 연아래 자비신 정도 손도 되게 셔서 내가 말하고 가게 돼요. 거기 될 거다. 대단한 게 되세요. 단도 같이 되세요.
So well, there's one very one main very difference our view or is to do with the way you with relating to your life, and what brings happiness and what will overcome the unhappiness or the sufferings. So when you think in the world, in the outside the monastery or in the outside world, so where there's the great deal of value or is placed on the external distractions. You see the world see that as indulging into those distractions is a really the way to have enjoyment and have attain a higher state of happiness. So therefore, obviously, the very fact that those the monks and nuns who left that world and joined the monastery is that they see they were not satisfied with that, with the worldly perspective view of the source of happiness and the suffering in our human beings' life. So therefore they left, or sometimes we use the term renounce the world, and so they found and joined the monastery, which is supposedly to be more providing a more kind of more quiet and a solitude place, and then where they their practice is to then find this solitude place, so to be away from all the distractions, and then through perceiving through the meditation practice, then they find the more kind of deeper sense of peace and tranquility and happiness. So that is the overall difference of the perspective. So by all means, it doesn't mean that there's a kind of major conflict, in the sense that the people in the monastery, they see the world have some sort of like a problem with the world. It is not that, and at the same time, there is also a notion that the monastery it's like monasticism of life is something which is against the societies, against the world, which is also not true. No. Again, some down Jojo.
Chong said the other card, Chong said, Shephomon, the shape battle, Chong's. Gamba said, Shephomon, the shape one, Gombasa.
No. So in the
Gomba, the Chong Kagarsa.
No, again, don't guess what they call it.
Chong said, Garza.
No. Johnson against Susan. Keep him to the Johnson.
How come much?
No.
Chong says, Garza.
No. We saw Mango do Salus.
The one of the church. University of Cargo, Sakul Chesiam. University of the Cargo, the Cargo, Sakul Chiam. John said that Shephomon the Lishaba Jones, Gamba said that the Shephomon the Messia White and Gombasata.
No.
No. Tanurachi, Nuratinichi, Nurachi, News, Travel Nurachi News.
No. So in terms of the environment, then we, like in Tibetan terms, so we call the monastery, the Malan Khanzok, the monastery, or we call it Gomba. So that is the place where people observe the strict, celibacy vow, which is a very important part of their moral, moral disciplines, right? So whereas in the town, which we call as a Tong, so where it is not required, and where there is both the community of the like the male or the female all live together. No.
I don't go back there, taking you die on my if I say, I'm doing your diet by Japan. Children, the ship from over, and the rest of the ship on Tomate with Kangashara. Then you died in Alama in life. You don't have to Kangachi yard, take on an alman, think of Seraphim be lying. The children go out, no matter tell life. She don't have the children and Alakangayard. Chorozo Ganga and Alganga measured the Carita, Shepon Tomate, the Ganga the art and in their life.
Yeah, I once said that of course there's everyone has a problem, even as a monk we would have our own problems, but there's also certain problems that which really are very common in the lay community, but which are not there. For example, I do not have this problem of what we have, the problem of relationships, problem, which I can say I do not have that.
Thing and a duty in it. She have more montage than other pairs, the Ganga chair, they come out the men, they channel like a boy, something like
that. So from the monks' perspective, monks and nuns' perspective, so they see, as their own, they contain, or they see their own life as something, as a peace or happiness, because or advantage in the sense that they do not have that these problems, that various problems that is existed in the lay. Thank you for your questions. It's just saying there's a great deal of happiness to join the monastery. Yeah, I think it was last week we sort of asked the same sort of similar questions. Yeah,
대근데 가셔 데려베다. 이제 다를 질을 찾아오는데 내가 강신이야. 질이.
I've been wondering whether is that true that is only this order of monkshood and nunhood is only existed in the of course there's existed in Buddhism, but also and other things in the Christianity. Is it true that it doesn't exist in any other spiritual school? Yeah, religions. It's mainly Hindu. Hindu yamalus. Hindu yor jagak Hindu.
Hindu yamal.
Yamal no. Jaini.
Hindu Somi.
No. We don't call they don't call it monks or nun. They call it Somi, right? Somi. In Hindu. Yeah. So it's in Christianity and in Buddhism, in both where we use the term, monks and nuns to the celibate. Maybe there's some more common or something, some commonalities there.
Yeah.
No. The Chulu Council. No. The issues will. No. So in Christians order, the monks are not permitted, they don't get married, right? No.
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 No, very bad.
No.
Very bad.
Quran issue did we? No. So in
one man, very old man, I was taking a bath. He liked me, you Buddhist monks. I said yes. Maybe on another time you Buddhist monks, yes. You can marry. I said no. He said that's bad. She said that's bad.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.